All right, I get a lot of questions from my clients on how to expand, and there are a lot of ways to expand, and I'm going to take it as a compliment that all of my clients are doing so well that they can expand. So, one of the things that is very important about expansion, depending on how you do it, is what is called franchise law, franchise registration. So, an example of this, and there's some other videos on this, please take a look about actual nuts and bolts of what franchise is. But the best example is Subway. A franchise is when you give a license for a trademark to another party for them to use it, and you have a substantial control over how they use it and how they run their operations, and you receive a payment back from them for that license of a trademark and the help with how they run their operations. That's a franchise. Now, if you remove that element of significant control over how they operate and how they use the trademark, then all you have is a license. That's just an intellectual property license, a trademark license, where you give them the right to use your branding and your trademark, and you get paid a payment. That is not franchise. And in fact, a pure license relationship is going to be the easiest, least expensive, and most simple way for you to get your brand out there and expand your brand reach to other places, other states, other countries, other locations, wherever it may be. But keep in mind, and again, license, I'm kind of jumping right in here. License is the number one sort of low end of the spectrum, easiest, cheapest, and probably quickest way to expand the reach of your brand. But keep in mind with a license, because it does not have that element of control, which is going to be the next option, because it doesn't have that element of control, you don't really have an ability to control what the quality of their services, the quality of their products are. They just can throw your trademark and your brand on whatever they're doing, however they're doing it. And that's not really ideal for a lot of people that want to maintain that quality of their brand. But again, easiest, cheapest, quickest is license. Next up is going to be franchise. So franchise, unfortunately, requires a huge agreement that you give to your franchisee. You're going to be the franchisor, and you're the one giving that license. You have a lot of control over their operations, and the franchisee will pay you a payment for all of that. Now, this big old agreement that you have to have, and it's hefty, is required by law because franchise registration laws require that you give a lot of disclosures about your business, the chances of success for them, any things that stand in the way, a lot of different like legal standards and disclaimers that are required by law to ensure that your franchisee is getting all of the knowledge and all of the disclosure and making an educated decision to become a franchisee for your franchise. So it's a lot of paperwork. There is a registration fee in your state, most likely, that's probably annually renewed, and there's more paperwork to do that. And then with all of that, there sometimes is even bonding, where you have to put up a certain amount of money or pay monthly for a bond to protect against anything that goes wrong in the relationship that can come in and pay for damage to your franchisee or to your franchise. So franchising, trademark license, brand license, payment, and control. Now, again, big one as far as registration and compliance and paperwork. License, easier, quicker, least expensive. Now, there's another option that is, I guess I would say, the most involved and also presents the most risk to you as the franchisor or the company that's looking to expand that brand. And that is taking ownership in the actual business of whoever you're granting those trademark rights to or that intellectual property license to. Meaning if they have an LLC or a corporation or even a partnership, you actually become one of the LLC owners, one of the corporation's shareholders, one of the general partners in the partnership, and then are actually an owner, a partner with them, which removes you from having to do any type of franchise registration because you, as the owner, can just give a license to your business now to use some of that intellectual property, and you don't have to receive a payment in return because you would be being paid payments by your owner distributions or your owner dividends or your share payouts. And so you become essentially the same kind of role. They get the brand and the license, and you get control because you're an actual owner. However, of course, as a business owner, your taxes will change. You're required to pay and report taxes on your ownership. Your liability could be more significant because if someone sues that business and the business owners become liable, you're a business owner now. And so other things about insurance and different just sort of administrative things of running a business go along with taking ownership as well. So, easiest, quickest, cheapest license, least amount of control. If you want the payment for the license and you want to have control, franchise, but it's probably going to require registration and a lot of paperwork and renewals. But if you want to take it one step further and be totally involved and not have to deal with franchise registration, you become an owner in that other person's business, which then you can expand in that way. And in that example, you would be owners in lots of different people's businesses for all the different locations and places you expand to. So this is a relatively quick video to cover the high level options that you have for expanding your brand, expanding your business. Each of them do have different liability levels. The license, for instance, is going to have very little liability because in your license agreement, you can exempt yourself from liability for whatever conduct and actions that they do. However, of course, if someone sees your brand on something and they sue for whatever thing that other people did because the quality of their service or the quality of their products wasn't good, they are going to sue you. But hopefully in your license, that exempt from liability and indemnification language will get you out of that lawsuit. So, probably least amount of liability for license. Franchise comes with its own types of liabilities if you breach franchise law. And then being an owner, you're an owner, so you're liable for what the business does if the owners are ultimately liable. So different levels of liability, different levels of cost, different levels of involvement, different levels of paperwork, different levels of renewals. You can see where expanding is not always as simple as it may seem. And those are the three main options that I always lay out for clients. And of course, if you have further questions or this is confusing and you need more details, please reach out. We can certainly help with any type of expansion for your business, which, if you're watching this and looking to expand, congratulations. That's awesome. Hope you keep it up and hope that you figure out the way to expand that works best for you. Thanks for tuning in.